A new era of blood has come upon the land. A new age of destruction begins. Before, they feasted on our pears and persimmons, the fruit of our very lands. Tomorrow, we feast on blood. Behold, the age of the Squirrel Puncher. Oh, shit! Please join me for this unboxing of my Gamo Swarm Maxxim 10X Generation 2 air rifle. Comes with a 10-shot magazine that sits flat right here. It breaks with the barrel folds down. I'll show you that. Comes with a scope, and this is in .177 caliber. The squirrels have decimated my pear crops. We looked like we had a record crop this year, and the squirrels took every single one. And now I will take my revenge because they are going after my persimmons, and we need these to eat. This is our food. Like, I'm not just growing this because it's a fun hobby. This is how I feed my family. So join me for an unboxing of this brand new air rifle, since I can't, fire off actual firearms in backyard suburbia. Here we go. Hi. New chair. Oof. So, thank you for joining me for the unboxing of my new Swarm Maxxim 10X Generation 2 air rifle from Gamo, USA. Gamo is the largest air rifle company in Europe. It is out of Barcelona, Spain. They started in 1959 and actually began producing producing air rifles in 1961. This is all according to Wikipedia. And they are the largest manufacturer of air rifle pellets in the world. I decided to go with the 177 caliber because they're a little smaller, a little lighter. I really, really don't want to risk collateral damage. A good shot doesn't do that. Doesn't have collateral damage. So I ordered just a couple of days ago the rifle, a box of 250 Magnum cartridges, the little pellets themselves, some cotton cleaning pellets, which you can fire through and I guess scrub the barrel out, a bottle of rifle oil to oil this, and a stack of paper targets. In the beautifully decorated box that I received was only this, so I'm hoping everything else that I ordered is inside here. Let's find out. It is a beautiful day in Washington, D.C. area, and we will see what hell hath God wrought. There we go. The box feels like it's been opened, so I'm hoping that everything is stuffed in here. All right. Yeah, looks like we got a bunch of stuff. Cotton cleaning pellets. The easiest and fastest way to remove dirt and lead residue from your airgun barrel. One bottle of rifle oil. One little tub or little tin of 250 Magnum pellets. One stack of 100 targets. I guess I should have read the description a little better. These targets are tiny. But you know what? If I'm aiming at squirrels, they're not much bigger than this, so I guess this is good precision shooting for me. So I'll get back to these a little bit later. And one scope. This is 3 to 9 by 40 air rifle scope. And one rifle. And stapled in the box, two things. A very tiny Allen wrench. This looks like 1 millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters. I'm sure I'm going to lose this. Stick you yonder. One very tiny magazine. This is adorable. Packing control number and instruction manual. Some bits of foam. Do not return this product to the store. I ordered this directly from Gamo USA off their website. I did not buy this from any retailer establishment. Has a good bit of weight to it. It feels a little lighter than the Ruger PC9 carbine that I enjoy. One empty studio, so looks like you've got a safety in here, your trigger. This is where an extra magazine, and it only comes with one, extra magazine is stored. The magazine clips in to this flat thing. Almost kind of reminds me of a pan magazine from those World War I machine guns that I've seen, where the drum, it's like a drum, but sits sideways and just clips in there. But this guy sits in there. And then the barrel, I'm not going to cock it or do anything like that because I haven't read the instructions. Read the instructions, please. But not touching the trigger, not touching any of that. The scope mounts right here on this little rail. Lovely fluted barrel. Always seems a little weird to me that the barrel, it expands from here, why it's not narrow all the way down. Some little plastic flanges here. Barrel breaks down through that. But anyway, here this is right out of the box. So I'm going to mount the scope. Oh, let's check out this scope. Gimme. Instructions for the scope. And you are seeing this, dear friends, first time, just like me. Back. Well, scope has a protective cap. Came off. A cleaning cloth. I have like 10 of these. And a little cap that locks that on right there. But I can see nice and clear through this scope. There's no windage or elevation marks at all. It's just a little tiny crosshair. And I will see if I can get a shot down through this scope. But you have windage and elevation adjustments. And yeah, so I'm gonna read the instruction manual like a genius and mount this on here properly. It looks like this takes some smaller Allen wrenches, which they did not include. Oh wait, nope. Joke's on me. Scope does include Allen wrench to mount this. But yeah, so I'm gonna read the instructions, mount this up, and let's take a few test shots. Hell yeah. So mounting the scope, first problem discovered already. There's a little peg on the scope, I guess the rail or the mount. There's a little peg right about here that fits into a slot on this rail. Comes on very sturdy, gives it a good predetermined position. I'm taking the end caps off, and the end of this assembly makes it too close to take the end cap off. So that's a design oversight right out of the box. I've looked at some other videos where the guy says that he has to move this whole scope back a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. It does come included with not an Allen wrench, but a little Torx head driver. I have no idea what size. We'll maybe find that out. And it looks like it will fit all 8 of these. But it's not an adjustment I wanted to make right out of the box. All right, finally got the scope mounted. I had to actually undo all 8 of these fiddly little screws with their fiddly little, looks like a Torx wrench. I have no idea what size. and slid the whole freaking thing back about half an inch just to be able to take that off. Anyway, on there nice and solid, no issues with that. With the scope on it, this definitely feels in the closer to the 9mm carbine rifle weight range. I've done no shooting with this yet, no other adjustments. Time to load the magazine. And let's zoom in. These pellets, these .1777 pellets, are way tinier than I expected them to be. I've fired 22 before. I've used 22 ram sets. Like, these are super tiny. So we'll see what kind of damage these could do. Let me bring them up here. So, poke the screen, wake up. So this is the magazine, and I don't know how clear that is. There we go. You can see it's kind of spring-loaded, and I guess you load these face down. You can see this tiny, super tiny pellet. Next one, and it sticks there. So I'm gonna do this. I will do it 10 times. And there's a little shot indicator on the front of this magazine. Tells you how many rounds left. 7, I'm sure you can't see that from here. 8, 9, come on, and 10. So that's all 10 rounds. And the magazine has a little lip in the front. So, magazine in the rifle. And I'm going to set up some targets outside and give this a break, see what happens. I have, hopefully you can see and hear this, I have a target set up on the other side of my yard, and it's maybe 25 yards, probably closer to 10 or 15. I have a very small yard, but no scope adjustment. First one in, shot indicator is now at 9. Safety off. And I'm aiming for the bottom left target, center. See what happens. Looks like I kind of hit level center, but left off the target. Can't tell where that hit. So that was a partial load. Very little kick. Safety on. And we'll start with those 3 shots and see where we go from there. Very little kick. Let's check the accuracy. I have made 0 scope adjustments whatsoever, but it's got less kick than my 9mm rifle. There's certainly some, but I'm enjoying it. So let's try and adjust these sights and go from there. It's not very loud. Hitting the 3/4 inch plywood backstop is actually seems to be louder than this thing. But yeah, first shots. Who knew? Hot. So, first impressions. Shoo. first impressions. These little pellets are fascinating, all lead, much tinier than I expected. Not a single one of them penetrated the back of this 3/4 inch plywood piece that I was using as a target from less than 25 yards, maybe closer to 10 or 15. As far as accuracy, hard to say, to be frank. I'm not used to shooting with the scope, so my movements, even the slightest, I thought I was trying to control breathing and all of that, and I don't have a bench rest. My accuracy was all over the place. At least all 10 were on this block. So, progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However, I did not at all aim for either of these two. And the first 5 were on this lower one here. The second 5 were even worse on this lower one here. And just all the hell over the place. So I need to start either with a bench rest or from much closer. I'm pretty damn sure that these will do nicely for squirrel punching when it comes to that. But until then, I am not at all confident in attempting squirrel punching. So my first impressions of this, it's certainly a powerful rifle. I mean, it's from all the way across the yard. It is putting these little lead pellets about halfway into this good solid piece of 3/4 ply. But as far as accuracy goes, I mean, the scope out of the box, not terribly centered. The shots are all over the place, and that could very well be me. It is not a windy day at all, and I'm not shooting from terribly far away. So the break action, need a good bit of oomph to break this. I do like the safety on, safety off, safety on towards the trigger, safety off away from the trigger. I'm comfortable with the pull weight of the trigger. There's not a whole lot I would adjust about that. But yeah, so it's an okay rifle. I have no real complaints about it. I certainly need more practice with it, and need to fine-tune the scope to be safe and accurate for what I want to use it for. But I'm not sure I'm ready to recommend this yet for your backyard squirrel punching needs. But maybe once I get more proficient with it and get this tuned in to my eyeball. Here at the backyard range, since I never really know how to finish a video ever, wanted to do a couple more thoughts about my experience with this so far. And of course now the wind has picked up, so at least the mosquitoes are having a challenge on me. Gotcha, master. So the magazine, I'm having a heck of a time dialing the sight in. I've made an impromptu bench rest, and I'm, I guess, making progress, but either the scope is inaccurate, my eyeball is inaccurate. I'm trying to be real careful about trigger pull. There's less of a trigger pull on this than on the rifle that I've got with the carbine, but I'm enjoying target shooting, but I'm not overall super impressed with this thing. But gotcha. Break the barrel, and it's hot. And now just on my little improvised bench rest. Trying to get my eye to line up with the scope. I think raise the cheek weld a little bit. and the little triangle. Little triangle means you're out. So it's gonna take a bit, quite a bit, to dial in this sight, but I am not that impressed with the accuracy of it. So anyway, I guess that really is it for now. Good luck out there.